So the MVP race, like everything in America, weather becomes political. Colin, why do you talk politics? Because it's everywhere. You can't have a conversation everywhere. Vaccines become political. Everything's political. So the MVP race, Aaron Rodgers is going to run away with it. And if not, oh boy, the media you trust is going to frame it a certain way. So it's interesting. I was thinking about this morning. There's an old NFL belief. This is a long-held saying. Wins are not a quarterback stat. I mean, Justin Herbert, he's great. He didn't win enough. They always say wins are not a quarterback stat. You can't count wins just as a quarterback stat. Now, I think quarterbacks and wins go hand in hand a lot, but let's start with that because that's a long-held belief. So for the MVP race, this morning I compiled 7 to 8 categories that I think are the most important stats for a quarterback. Passing yards. You know, they throw the ball. What are your total passing yards? Passing touchdowns. It's all about scoring the most points. Completions. You got to be accurate here. I want your total completions. Your completion percentage. I'm not saying you have to throw the most. It does matter that you're accurate. So I'm not going to reward somebody who throws a zillion times and punish somebody who's got a more balanced offense. So completion percentage matters. Yards per attempt. I'm not giving the MVP to a dink-dunk guy. Big pass plays. That's a big one to me. That's passes over 20 yards. That's a home run hitter. Can you hit for power in baseball? Kind of matters to me. Can you throw for power in football? Tua doesn't have a lot of big pass plays. Either's Mac Jones. And then passer rating. Kind of, you put all these things together. So to me, the MVP race, it can't just start with wins. I mean, Brady's got 13, Aaron's got 13, but they play in kind of lousy divisions. Joe Burrow has 10, but plays in a way better division. So to me, 10 wins in Joe Burrow's division is more impressive than Aaron or Tom winning 13 in their crappy division. So take the wins thing out of it. All those guys, Burrow, Brady, and Aaron, all won their division. Burrow won a much tougher division with a lousier roster. To me, that's as impressive as winning 2 or 3 more games. So who had all these stats? So passing yards total. Who had that one? Well, that was Brady. All right. Total passing yards. Hey, who got the ball in the end zone most? That was Brady too. Okay, total completions. Let's go total completion. That was Brady too. All right. What if a quarterback threw less? Completion percentage. Burrow playing the Steelers defense twice and the Ravens defense twice and the Browns defense twice with his crappy offensive line. All right, yards per attempt. That's Burrow too. All right. Anybody can, I want to know total big plays. I know Burrow was going to win this next one. That's Brady. That's Brady too. All right. Did Aaron win passer rating? Aaron won passer rating. Congratulations. He won passer rating. Well, he threw fewer picks. Oh, good hell, folks. We don't give the NBA MVP to the fewest turnovers. Steph Curry was a unanimous MVP. He turned the ball over a lot. Why? Because when you have the ball in your hands, you turn it over. You gave Westbrook one. He's like a turnover machine. We don't take away or give MVPs because of fewest picks or fewest turnovers. You're going to throw picks if you throw the damn ball down the field. And I don't get me wrong, Aaron doesn't throw a lot of picks. But when I hear Aaron has to win MVP or it was about, you know what, shot in the arm, it's a bunch of nonsense. You could certainly give it to Aaron. I think I would give it to Burrow. Brady has an absolute argument. I would give it to Burrow because I think he's done more with less. He has the worst offensive line in the playoffs. He's got the worst roster in the playoffs. Arians won a Super Bowl. Matt LaFleur we know is great. We think Zach Taylor's good, but he was lousy before Burrow. I would give it to Burrow by an inch over Aaron or Tom. But just be careful. The media you trust, Oh, I always hear about that. We don't trust the media. No, you do. You just trust the ones you agree with. So if Aaron doesn't win, I'll just be checking back on how that's handled by the media you trust or don't. Okay, Russell Westbrook last night couldn't shoot. Lakers lost. And I suppose I could spend the next, 5 minutes ripping Westbrook. I will not. I have strangely become the Westbrook defender. Russell Westbrook has never been a great shooter. He's had a really, really bad January. So he's a bad shooter in a slump, which is really bad. But I'm not going to spend time ripping Westbrook. As I said before, when you brought him here, hustle, passion, minutes, production. He's given you every bit of that. He can't shoot, nor does he make everybody better. But he gives you production. He's exactly what I said he would be. You're the ones that voted him MVP. I didn't. I said it was ridiculous. You thought he was an MVP. But it's interesting. I'm thinking about this morning about one of the reasons that Tom Brady is the GOAT is that we argued about it 4 and 5 years ago. But there's no question that Brady's greatness in the last 4 years in the 40s has made us go, bruh, he's the guy. Like, you can't bring anybody else up. You can't bring Favre, Manning. The fact that Brady is this good at the end of his career is without question a huge bonus for Tom. Yeah, the Super Bowls matter too. But we got to be honest. He's arguably the MVP at 44. Big Ben's 38, 39. He was shot 2 years ago. Favre was shot at like 38. Tom's MVP level at 44. So you think about the LA experience and this Michael Jordan LeBron thing. So the LA experience, LeBron's career has been very similar. Everywhere he goes, Miami, Cleveland, Lakers. He wins a title in year 2, and then the team kind of gets weird, falls apart and old. So his first year in LA, he inherits a bunch of crud, young players that can't play. They get rid of almost all of them. They're bad. Year 2, pandemic hits. He wins a title with AD. Year 3, AD comes in post-championship out of shape. Lakers finish 7th. And this year, in year 4, the team's older. AD's hurt again. Westbrook's a weird fit, and they're 8th. And you think to yourself, well, this LA thing is not going well for LeBron. Loves LA, has movies, production business is amazing, his real estate business is great, he's got a title, and his family loves it. Does everybody realize that if we're going to give Brady the credit for being the GOAT, and a chunk of that is, wow, he's better in his 40s than he was at 38. LeBron James right now is number 2 in the NBA in scoring, among the NBA leaders in minutes, and is a top 3-4 MVP candidate. Michael Jordan at the end couldn't jump. Go back to D.C. He limped around in D.C. Kobe's last 3 years, he had 60 his final night, but the teams were lousy. Shaq was broken down. So was Larry Bird. Magic retired early. Akeem ended up a Raptor. Patrick Ewing ended up near Disney World. No exception, all the NBA greats, limp, fall apart, irrelevant, bad teams, look silly in a new jersey. Here's LeBron. So if you're going to give Tom Brady it matters, right? Like a life well spent. It does matter if you've fallen apart at 58 because you smoked cigarettes, drank too much, and never worked out. And if your neighbor is 68 and looks fantastic, he's got the silver hair, he's in shape, he doesn't smoke and casually drinks and looks better, it counts on the life. The final chapter, slam dunk. You look at NBA stars, final chapter, it's awful. Jordan couldn't make the playoffs in the awful Eastern Conference. LeBron's 2nd in scoring, top 5 in MVP. The rest of its team is a tire fire. And last night, he's going out again. What is it, year 18? So I look at this LA experiment, and a lot of people are like, woo, this isn't working. Loves LA, got a title, still fantastic, business is amazing, family loves it. This separates him For those who are LeBron over MJ people, you got to count the final chapters. Have to. And his crushes MJ. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.